I think that this week would be a great time to start me some new platforms in on other sites. Same name on other sites. Maybe I'll try to do this Twitch. And it's so crazy. I supposed to been jump on the Twitch bandwagon or whatever the case. Cause like I think about NBA 2K17 or something like that, 2K18. So Twitch been out about 6 years, and there used to be this lady, and like Twitch had like a paid advertisement inside of 2K, cause they'd be talking about it. She's like, I be twitching, and I'm like, that shit sound lame. If I used to say that to myself, never. I thought it was gonna be like a flyby type of thing. You feel me? There's a lot of things that just be like sticking around. Like I'm surprised Snapchat didn't last this long. Like I ain't never had a Snapchat. Like I never got to understand Snapchat. I tried to do Kick, and Kick was too ratchet. But Snapchat, it was like, what's the point, dog? Like, I thought that should be flyby, and these shit's been sticking around, bro. I guess you can't make it in the space of media, social media, if you don't embrace it. I think you can't really make it in nothing in life if you don't embrace change. And when you a traditionalist and you stuck on the traditional shit, like I just thought this main avenue. One thing about it, I'm forever indebted. I ain't gonna say no forever and that. That sounds crazy. But I appreciate on YouTube. They really been showing me a lot of love lately. When people, I noticed that YouTube been sending a lot of traffic my way, traffic I never had. Um, it's an adjustment for me because it's like I'm happy about it. I'm excited about it. I hope the lights pump up. You feel me? But it's people. I gotta think in my head to try to kind of like keep myself humble or whatever, not humble, but to make myself feel confident is that it's people that is in less fortunate situations got 300 people watching them. You feel me? And it's like, oh shit. And they just feel like they supposed to have that audience. And I'm kind of the mindset of people like to see you suffering or they like to see you people two things. I ain't gonna say they like to see you, but people view suffering and they view balling at a high level. So if it's like a Floyd Mayweather when he was at his height and he's showing off all his cars, let's say he was to do it live, or somebody like Rick Ross go live like flamboyant, and they got the artillery to show off these different nice things that most people can never have. Motherfuckers, they jump in that stream just so they could talk shit, pop shit, whether it be criticizing him or compliment him riding his dick. However it go, it attracts a lot of attention, and vice versa. If you homeless and you first of all, if you homeless, it's really no reason why you shouldn't be the next sensation. Like I would never trade having a home to be homeless, but what I mean by that is if I had to be on the streets and show like what's going down. Like right now, I said to myself, if I didn't have a young child, I would probably go just on some wild Bear Griswold urban type, sleeping in tents and seeing what's the lit. Like I would do like a survival type of show, and I would be wanting to know what's going on in the streets and be all like interviewing these people. How did you get here? Take them for a meal. Sleep like they got something in this city that I live at where they let people go and people who wealthy actually go do this. Part of the donation for the homeless is to sleep outside with the homeless, and they'll do it. And so this year recently it was cold as fuck. I think it rained all night, and some people still went and did it. And it was because they was making a point to say that the homeless people ain't got a choice, right? So it's people that seek that for a venture or whatever the case may be. You did, and I think from if I was the type of person, because this is what I gotta say too, and it's gonna sound contradictory or whatever, hypocritical. Is I don't watch live streams, and I appreciate anybody that watch me because you're the type of person that watch live stream. I never really. It's too much gimmicks that go on live streams. I watch my own live stream because I love what the hell I got to say, and I like to analyze and see how I can get better on what I speak on or what I didn't never points I never finished and whatnot. But as far as watching live stream, I go to seeing all this shit, piercings in the bitch face, face covered in tattoos, fucking just weird shit going on, like masses and costumes. I'm like, you know what, that's doing too much. Like, I would be more inclined to watch somebody like myself that's dressed normal, just talking however it's going. Let me get in these comments because y'all would make this whole chat possible. Hi. That's what Hermie Batista said. What up, Batista? Um, t- t- Tsunami. I always hate how fucking tsunami start with a T, dog. Like, why? You spell a whole TA before some. Anyway, Tsunami dude said, "Come on, brother. I'm not. You got it. You got it. You win. How about you come inside? Come inside, and you can really get my live popping. Cause if you can come inside, even if you can knock at the fucking door aggressively right now, this live gonna be so fucking lit. Cause you gonna be the littest motherfucker in this live. Oh God, mwah. Promise you that shit. That's all I can tell you about that. Go ahead and make me famous then, nigga. Cause you gonna be nameless, but I'm gonna be famous, jit. Cause this called self-defense. Please, if you meant what you said, nigga, come inside. Don't even have to come inside. Just knock at the fucking door right now, fuck nigga. Anyway, Immortal said, "Oh no, hi." um, Patrick Man said, Sadio, I don't know what the fuck that means. But bless his heart, man. Bless everybody that's in the chats, man. Blocky Man said, Trey Enrico De Niro, my user is 22 on yeah, it's from the best offer was. Don't know what the hell that mean. Patrick Man said Tupac the GOAT. Most deaf. I say this, bro. Tupac is widely known as the GOAT. I consider him for all my life to be the GOAT. But I was just saying to myself tonight, first of all, it's a guy named Daylight. Daylight put a raw ass fucking verse up. Sauce Walker just be spitting so much shit that get slept on. It's so many niggas when I be passing through Facebook reels and whatnot. And you just hear these niggas putting their soul out. One nigga just spit his soul out. And I said, I don't want to use no famous rappers because I don't want to like I'm tearing no famous rappers down, celebrity rappers. But I was like, this nigga that I never heard of, that you're never gonna hear of, just about spit. It wasn't even no hot 16. It was like a hot 80, hot 70 bars, and it's better than anything y'all favorite rapper ever put out there with all his $1 million of engineering. And I'm like, whoa. How dare me say who's the best rapper ever? Or like, how can I say that, dog? Like, and I rap. I've always said myself, I don't even feel comfortable. This is the first time in my life first year of my, how many years the niggas been rapping? Goddamn. I've been rapping 70% of my life, dog. And out of all my damn life, this is the first time I've ever said, oh shit, I'm not the best of all time. Like, usually I hear shit and I get inspired. Like, oh, I gotta go harder than that. Man, a little bro just spit his soul so hard today. I was like, I ain't even in enough pain and affliction to write nothing that deep. I'm not even feeling that smart to conjure that kind of thought of how he was formulating his mind. Like, it's like Tupac is loved because of how he able to give you his heart. Like, you can feel what he's feeling. That's why I slept on DMX. I always liked that DMX the human being. I like the DMX the actor. I can name, my favorite DMX song would be Slipping or Falling, I Can't Get Up. But my whole point is, I don't know not one full verse from DMX because he never appealed to me. I never thought he was like a amazing rapper. But his ability to make people feel him is what was transcending. He on stage praying and shit, and motherfuckers got their head bows and shit. And it's like his bigger than life persona, even that after he was doing music, after he hadn't really dropped no hits, he was always gonna be relevant because of how you can almost say the same now that I'm getting older and mature. I know I made jokes about Boosie butt dialing earlier, anybody that caught that screen. But you can almost say to a degree Boosie is like the Louisiana DMX because he ain't got to drop no hits. but he's relevant to multiple generations because people feeling him having the ability to convey his thoughts to his audience. I think what made Tupac looked at as the GOAT is that he was always able to. He had a wide net of people that he can appeal to, because that's all this shit is about. Is who do you appeal to? Who rocking out with you? Who gonna go to bat with you to say that? Oh, you're a good rapper or whatnot. And that's why I don't think it's fair to ever say that any particular rapper is the greatest of all time because you ain't heard enough rappers to decide who's the greatest of all time. I was just listening to a Big L song I never heard in my life. Don't even make me tell you the name of it, but it was off that Ashanti beat that Biggie did the beat to Ashanti. I can't think of it, but anyway, Big L killed it, and the nigga flow, his pauses in between his flow, his cadence. It was like, God damn, this nigga was cold. Busta Rhymes get slept on. Think about when I was 12, 1998, bitch. Busta Rhymes was the greatest talented rapper, and I had already knew how good Tupac was and Biggie was and all the rappers that was popping. But Busta Rhymes, when that nigga came out with that flip mode, I think that was the name of that CD. Oh man, I'm talking about the song like the CD that had "Give Me Some More." And when that nigga had that, dude, you really want to party with me? That was like when I was like, okay, that's when I started really learning rap songs. Like I knew some Tupac songs, but I started really trying to learn what is these niggas saying, for real, for real. And it's like, and nobody, I ain't never heard nobody say Busta Rhymes is the greatest rapper of all time. And that man can rap fast, he can rap slow, he can give you the wordplay, the bars, this and that. He done went through multiple generations and eras, like so it's impossible to say who's the greatest rapper of all time because you can almost. I would rather people say who's the best orator, who's the best expressionist, who expresses themselves the best. I think that's probably what you're looking to measure. But to say as far as the wordplay, because if you look at Ghostface, right? I always put Ghostface in my top 10, right? And he got a song called "All That I Got Is You." You feel me? Guaranteed tear jerker every fucking time. There ain't gonna never be a song that's more heart wrenching other than Trick Daddy. Um. See, Trick Daddy got a verse, dog. Like Trick Daddy got like songs, but he got verses where I can remember where I just say, "What the fuck was this nigga? What was his thinking process?" Like y'all only know Trick. Like Trick just don't give a fuck. That's Fat Trick, Big Belly Trick. I don't give a shit Trick. But the Trick Daddy who look like my big brother Trick Daddy, man, that nigga when that nigga said, listen, that nigga say, see, thinking back when I was younger, I used to hustle in the summer. No time for crying, had to help my mama. Anytime in any weather. Boy, that was clever. And hardly ever never. I used to step and get my shit together. I left my brothers in the pen, the reason being, see, every man got his own sin. But I'ma always remember y'all, cause after all, y'all still my dogs. And when you jump, we can still ball. My nigga running, Lil Willie and Fat Fred, Big Black, my dog Sparky and Lil Ed. It be times like this. I sit around about this, crying about this, thinking why my clique gotta go and die like this. No ducking, no fearing nothing. Staying rich but bugging. We call it thugging. But don't be thugging for nothing. Own something for your mama and your kids. Say the drama, young nigga. Like, and that's on the song called You Gotta Hold On. And the whole song is dope as fuck. Like I don't even want to get into the whole song is just dope as shit. Then you got another verse. That's why I said Trick that I got the verses. See, back in the days, our pimps got paid and our hoes got slayed. A lot of money got saved and their player had it made. In the days, we were slaves before then. Boys was made before then. Way before men. Raising poor men with no choice. Way before then. I don't think you heard me. He said boys was made before then. Way before men. First of all, a boy has to be made to become a man. But what he was saying is, even men was being taught to, the folks taught, hey boy. They made boys. It wasn't no you a man. You could be 50. Hey boy. He said so. Boys was made before then, way before men, with no choice, way before then. You see how he made that back? Way before, almost like saying boy again. It's the wordplay. It's how you simulating your routes, not just having some catchy stuff to say, but hitting like all points of this stuff. So he said way before then, had beef with the clan, no, he had beef with the skin, had to gather with the clan and send a young poor black man straight to the pen, had beef with the blacks, but now the blacks got the gas. So if a cracker talk shit, his ass gonna get whacked, and you can bet that. See, and mind you, when I stutter, I ain't stuttering accidentally. This is how he was wording it, like spoken word. See, back in the days, I was young and afraid, so the dumb in the way, I was trapped in the maze, locked up in the cage. So hey, like, how can I dare say anybody is the greatest rapper when I done heard so many raw ass rap songs from a variety of rappers? It just don't make no sense, bro. Like, so, like, it's hard, bro. Whether you're on stage doing comedy, music, poetry, or preaching, there's a mix of manipulation, sincerity that's involved. Most definitely. You hit it right on the head. You got to know how to maneuver and manipulate the crowd. Dave Chappelle is the king of that. Dave Chappelle, he will carry. Listen. It's so like now even with the goats of comedy, it'll be more easy to say who a goat of comedy than it is rap. But like that's undefined as well because you got to say different folks excel at different things. Dave Chappelle is a master of what you just said, manipulation. He told the crowd one time, he said, man, listen, I'm going to say kick you in the nuts one more time before this end. And he was popping jokes, and then he turned around and used the kick you in the nuts shit. And it's like, damn. Or how he'll be able to talk about a sensitive subject that people will get counseled on, but he know how to skate around it and drop this truth on you while being funny with it. Versus a Cat Williams is super funny because he's super blunt. Dave Chappelle is not blunt. He gives you cynical, sophisticated comedy. Cat Williams gives you out the mud, right in your chest, hood nigga comedy. Coming up, my favorite comedian way back in the days, like I ain't gonna say he fell from grace, but my opinion of him as a person kind of affect how I feel about his comedy. But growing up, my favorite comedian was always D.L. Hughley. Like, I'm talking about way before the king of comedy shit, it was D.L. Hughley. I liked his ability to just roast your ass. Like, it was no better roaster. It was the way he's like, it was his funny ass voice. It was the way he'll size you up and he just go in on you. Kevin Hart he say barely funny. Kevin Hart, respectfully, like you just said, mildly obnoxious. I don't find Kevin. Listen, you know who's gotten better at their comedy, believe it or not? Steve Harvey. I never thought Steve Harvey was funny. But when I be watching Family Feud and he be coming up with these he's like on sight funny. I don't like the screaming. That's ridiculous. That's shenanigans. But like his little witty little remarks and stuff, he does great at that. Earthquake was always my second favorite comedian coming up. Earthquake, to me, it just is the jokes, the way he tell it, the way he seemed like a little drunk a little bit as he telling it. Chris Rock, early 2000s was on fire. Eddie Griffin was the most consistent. Before they started doing like specials, I like Voodoo Child and all that shit. But like before, it was always like people like specials got popular. I think to me, specials got popular doing Pimp Chronicles. When Cat Williams did Pimp Chronicles, that's when I started paying attention to like, okay, specials. But when specials was popping, Eddie Griffin was always gonna kill his shit. He was guaranteed. Martin back in the days with the "You So Crazy" stand up, that was crazy as fuck. That was hilarious. It's been so many raw ass coming, and I'm talking about when I the specials that I'm naming, you laugh from beginning to end. I ain't talking about no shit that he got or something that was kind of funny, this and that. No, I'm talking about from beginning to the end. And mind you, think about the talent these comedians possess. Some comedians, like for instance, look at a Godfrey. Godfrey is the best master impressionist of all time. Ain't nobody ever gonna be better. He hands down the GOAT. But you look at how Eddie Griffin could do a Michael Jackson dance, or Chris Tucker, who, believe it or not, 8 years ago, that last special he dropped when it was on Netflix, his only special, I think, Netflix, that shit was hilarious. And I was surprised that he was that funny. And so I say that to say, bro, it's so many. God bless his dead. Christopher Robbins or whatever his name was, bro. And then you got other kind of funny, like Robert Townsend. You know, like how he always seemed like he's a little edgy and not knowing what's going on. That media man kind of persona. Chris Rock's first special was written by a team, but he was the right man to perform it. Listen, and that could be very well true. You know, his brother got like jokes like I'm pretty sure his brother wrote a lot of that too. But his brother doesn't just have Chris Rock. It's the voice, it's the teeth, it's the people tell me on this when I get like my voice get amplified. They be like, you sound like Chris Rock. It's the whole thing. That's why I say it's a bunch of factors that play into who can tell a joke, who can be funny. What's the name? Mike Epps. Mike Epps will say she looked like she got on wrestling pads or some shit or whatever. He'll say some crazy shit, and it'll be like, I just seen a midget giving head back there to a rat. Like it don't even make no, and it just be funny just off of how he do it. You feel me? And then there's comedians. I ain't gonna mention the comedians that I don't find funny because that'll be like tearing people down. But there's a lot of comedians that folks find funny, and I could just look at them with a straight face and be like, oh, okay. So that's what I'm saying, bro. You right. It's a manipulation. It's how you control the crowd, how you resonate with the crowd, the stories you tell in between. You feel me? How you lead them to be like, okay, they following. Then next thing you know, you just hit them with back to back jokes. You feel me? So, you know that's my thing, though. I'm a big fan of comedy, though. Oh, Bernie Mac, bro. Like I could go on and on. That's why I say I'm leaving people out. Obviously, Eddie Murphy. I ain't want to mention the obvious. Eddie Murphy. When people be on, listen. No doubt, Richard Pryor is insanely funny. But when people be on like Richard Pryor is the greatest of all time, and I ain't saying that like, oh, I'm not of his generation, so I don't think he know. But I don't went back and checked out the old tapes. I went back check out the old Red Fox tapes and stand up specials and whatnot. Now Red Fox come like the Sanford and Son, nigga, please, bitch, that shit hilarious. Stand up, and I'm talking about Red. First of all, my favorite movie of all time, Harlem Nights. I don't give a damn. You come out with a million movies. Quentin Tarantino could just break the rules and say, I'm going to make 10 more movies. There's nothing ever going to be better than Harlem Nights. Nothing. And then there's a movie that I just find like low-key just like, we had a lot of celebrities in it. It was with Martin. And he supposed to be like running a club or something. It got so many celebrities, dog. The lady steady pulling him in the freezer, the club owner. I don't know if it was not Strictly Benny. It was somebody in this chat who know what movie I'm talking about. Go ahead and drop what movie I'm talking about. It's an old school Martin movie, bro, from like early 90s. And it's like star-studded. That was pretty funny, you feel me? Stuff like that, man. Nobody commands a room like Bernie Mac. Of his time. I say that because, you know, he coming. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. But I'm going to be honest with you. If we just being honest, I'm going to keep it real with you. Def Comedy time, I didn't find Bernie Mac as the funniest person. Like, Bernie Mac, whatever they call it, he sharpened his skills, you feel me? Like, as he got older, around the time Kingdom Comedy came out, that's around the time, like, I wasn't thinking, like, I thought D.L. Hughley going into that shit was, like I said, the funniest person. I left out of that King of Comedy experience, I'm talking about in real time when it was happening, thinking, okay, Bernie Mac funnier than all them niggas. And I just thought that Cedric the Entertainer and Steve Harvey wasn't funny at all. Even though Cedric the Entertainer had a special I watched, he had some like funny little jokes in it. He does great as that's why I say some people, look, you know who I would imagine probably not great at stand up, but they're like one of the funniest people in the world to me. Your boy, who played as the Reverend Lonnie Love, man. What his damn name is, man? David Allen Greer. David Allen Greer is funny as fuck, and he should be the lead dad on any show. He should never be without a job. That little show that they had that nobody liked, that they don't like the comedian, I think Cat Williams talked about him, the gay dude Carmichael. Man, fucking, I don't know who need to hear this or who knows what producer or production, whatever, casting people. You need to take Loretta Devine and David Allen Greer and get them a show again. I don't give a damn. Maybe get some new cast as they sons. But them two, they chemistry, David Allen Greer as husband and wife, them motherfuckers should have a show based only on them. And then everybody else be slightly funny, but make them, oh my God, Loretta Devine is the perfect setup lady. how she do them faces, and it's like that churchy kind of vibe. And then man, I think they are what Tamala, man, bless them as a couple doing their thing, and David, man, he done got more funny. I never used to think it was funny. I used to think it was more antics with the costumes and shit. But he done got more funny when I see him on a little show with Chris Rock brothers. But I think Loretta Devine and David Allen Greer is what Tamala, man, and what we look for them to be. That's what they are. If anybody go back and look at the Carmichael show, the stars of that show was David Allen Greer and Loretta Devine. I was disappointed when they canceled that shit. It wasn't no Lil Rod or Ron or whatever his name is or Carmichael. It was them two. So, and then just like your boy Tommy Davidson, you feel me? Like, man, listen. Do you know, even once again, Damon Wayans probably wouldn't do amazing at stand up, but the nigga show, he had a show called Damon. Before My Wife and Kids, he had a show called Damon. It was only one season, you feel me? And I watched that with my baby mama. Oh, we used to roll off of that shit, bro. It was like he was going for a job. And so David Allen Greer, once again, you know, them boys like brothers. He was like, man, you could get it. He said, no. So David Allen Greer wanted a job. He said, I can do it. He said, yeah, man, I believe in you. He said, y'all believe your ass gonna get fired or something when Buddy walked out the door. But it's the cynical nature of the shit. It's how Sean and Marlon, the reason we liked that show so much, because Sean was the perfect setup man. You feel me? And Marlon knocked that shit down. Marlon was the perfect setup man, and Sean knocked that shit down every time. You feel me? He knocked it down every time. So it's like, I think it's chemistry. My bad, I ain't been reading these comments. My bad, y'all boys. It say nobody commands room like Bernie Mac. Dale Hughley always been trash. Oh, I don't know, bro. Like, listen, it depends. Like I said, the aspect that made me think D.L. Hughley was the best at the time was D.L. Hughley could roast you. We talking about just roast ability. Like, I remember Jamie Foxx roasted Kevin Hart, and Kevin Hart was trying to hold his own. They were jumping Kevin Hart a little bit, but fucking Jamie Foxx roasted the pants off Kevin Hart. And I was like, this nigga is hilarious. This nigga make you punch him in his face hilarious. Like, that nigga, Jamie Foxx, when he did to that nigga that time, when he was like, I'm your voice. I don't know who did. I don't know if it was Jamie Foxx or Dave Chappelle. Somebody did that to a comedian. He sucked. He was like, I'm telling you, get off the stage or some shit. Like, hey, bro. Dog, Jamie Foxx is... That nigga goated. Like, just goated. Just my word. I don't even want to bring him into this conversation. But I was just talking about roasting. That's why I thought DL was the shit. On every bit tour, there's one guy always standing out. Most deaf, I agree. I never saw any of the Wayne stand up. I gotta check it out. Bro, found. Marlon Wayans did a special in DC. And he was talking about returning to DC because I guess, like, he went to college or something, like, in DC or whatever. Sometime he spent some time in DC. That special, this is right after he did this movie where it's like Groundhog's Day. He wake up in the elevator naked over and over and over. He was on the road then. That was like Marlon Wayans is to me the funniest Wayne. Like he's the most talented Wayne. Maybe you could say Damon is the most funniest, but Marlon is the most talented to me. You feel me? And yeah, bro, check out that special he did in DC. Put Marlon Wayans in DC, whatever DC comedy club is, like a big crowd. He was talking about his daughter being gay or something like that or whatever. Man, bro, lit that shit, bro. That bit was lit, bro. Bro, funny as fuck. I never saw, even when he was going at it with 50 Cent, that nigga said, it's such much ugly to choose from. Think about how he worded it. He didn't say so much, he said such much. It's the little small little things for people that watch comedy to be like, damn, this nigga rolling, bro. He funny as fuck. Roasting's a separate ability. Roasting is a separate ability. Because you gotta literally, it's freestyling, it's analyzing, it's putting, like, I use this joke still today when I was trying to crack on somebody, but I can't see their face. I know you got a Star Crunch face. Your face like a Star Crunch. It was this kid back in the days named Chris. Ugly as fuck. You knew not to. You want to talk about the most comfortable in his skin, nigga? Because he know you say anything about how he look. He gonna roast you. I don't care who you is, what you look like, how fresh you dress. It's just a whole nother ability to get the crowd to say, hey, y'all, check this out. Look at this. And then just find the slightest imperfection or even what's not an imperfection and make it look like one. And just open that up. Like that to me is a talent, bro, and that's what D.L. Hughley had. You knew when D.L. was on the stage, do not sit your ass in that front row unless you ready to get roasted, bitch. You feel me? And so that's when like he was the shit. I don't follow his comedy and that no more or whatever. He got popping, but back when I was jit coming up until like 14 type shit, 15, that was the man, bro. Let's see. Yeah, man. So that's where we at with that, bro. Like it, like I said, and then as far as white comments, it's gonna be a short list for me, but it's kind of extensive. Like I say, first of all, John Kerry is now you can say a goat when it comes to white comments because I ain't really find like major white guys that'll just make me just roll. But the ones that have, it would be God Bless the Dead. He talks like this. I can't really think of his name. He played in Problem Child. What the fuck was his name, bro? Y'all know who I'm talking about though. God damn, I can't even think of found name, man. Somebody put it in the comments, man. Now you want to say Trick Daddy looking at when I told you my big brother looked like Trick Daddy back in the day, but we got that cheekbone and all that, yeah. But Gilbert Gottfried, bro, Gilbert Gottfried. So Gilbert Gottfried. I would put actually Gilbert Gottfried over Jim Carrey because just Gilbert Gottfried, no matter what he do, he funny as fuck. I like comedians you wouldn't expect me to like. I like Pauly Shore. Pauly Shore was funny as shit. I'm gonna think of three more real quick that really just used to have me rolling. It's a white guy played in this movie called Urban Legend, and I don't know his name. I can't. He looked like David Arquette, but he not. He talks like this. He's always anim but he got it's a movie called Urban Legend where he's like it's on a college or whatever. Or was that I think that was Urban Legend. But either way, that white guy funny as hell. Um Damn, I'm trying to think. I can think of more so white people funny movies and stuff like that. But let me think of two more white people that are really fun. I'm trying to think of some recent comments. It's a white guy. I don't know his name. I don't know. I don't think that's Bill Burr. Is his name Bill Burr? I think his name Bill Burr. He's funny as shit. Um, Never like was into the Joe the Plumber type. That shit never worked. On the white guy, bless his heart, he tried always. He liked black women. I just never found him funny. I can't think of his name. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But I never found him funny. But he tries and he's been consistent. He was on Comic View back in the day. Um, God damn. Oh, Dennis Miller. Dennis Miller actually is racist though. That broke my heart. But Dennis Miller would have been top three to me. I'm gonna be honest, top two maybe. I used to love watching the Dennis Miller show. Like he's the first that I remember. Like on TV now when they be showing these late night shows, they do like this little teleprompt thing, and they show and then they like show what the faces look like, and they give like a narrative to who the person. It say Ron White. They say Gilbert Gottfried, he worked dirty. What that mean? What that mean? Ron White was funny back in the days. I think when you say Ron White, you ain't talking about the man who's the bust open. I don't think you talking about the man bust open the watermelons. I can't think of his name. I never thought that shit was funny. He just like take the watermelon and put it on stage and just bust the shit open. I'm like, found what's the catch with it? Let me know what I'm missing. Um, White guys is funny. White guys is funny. Oh, I'm tripping. God bless the dead. Chris Farley, nigga. Fucking David Spade, nigga. I'm really tripping. Bitch, take Pauly Shore, put him at the back. Bitch, and, David Spade and Chris Farley, bitch, we could put them at 1 and 2. And the fact that they was in the same movie together 2 times, I think one on was Black Sheep and the other one was Tommy Boy. Man, nigga, please, them motherfuckers. David Spade is just put him at number 1 of all time. His cynical nature, even when he played on the show called The Office or whatever, he had a show with the lady. She was a tall, skinny lady. Can't think of her name. That show was the shit back in the days, bro. So yeah, David Spade, Joe Dirt, all that shit. Just the shit when he did a one with like a redneck where he filled up the pickup truck and made it like a pool. I can't. It was like a Netflix original. David Spade is just dumb funny. Adam Sandler, Um, well, I'm trying to figure out what's. I say Adam Sandler best funniest movie to me is Big Daddy. Big Daddy was funny as shit to me. Um, um, Rod Snyder. Rod Snyder funny than the bitch. Now I'm on the road now. And it's funny how Rod Snyder used to appear in a bunch of Adam Sandler movies and shit. You feel me? And shout out to Rod Snyder. The white guys are better in movies than us. They way better on movies than stage, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's the cynical shit. Like, come on, bro. I ain't gonna even stunt. It's so many. And I'm don't. If you put me under pressure, I can't think of no funny ass white movies often. But if I had time to compose a list, I could compose probably more funnier white shit than black shit. It's the way they put that shit together. You feel me? And it just be funny as fuck. So like, yeah, they do very well in acting and theatrics, and they like comedy and shit. It's like kind of, I don't want to call it sophisticated comedy or nothing like that, but it kind of got like a point to it that you got to catch or you either miss. You feel me? So yeah, those was always the dope comments and whatnot. Um, Somebody say black comics take the prize. Yeah, cause I think it's a. To me, what makes the black comics funny is the struggle. You feel me? It's like most of the jokes be about the struggle, coming up in the struggle, this and that. Now they'll do the black and white comparisons. I always thought it was like a double-edged sword because like not a double-edged sword, but it was a double standard in the sense that a black comic can say, man, white guys and make, because it's always funny when black people do it. White guys turn around and do it, we'll call that shit racist as fuck. So there's always been like they had a guideline that they couldn't actually walk, that the black guys had a little bit more freedom to do before. But at the same time, it's just, I think the reason black people had more freedom to do it is because it was actually funny to white people. When white guys do it, it was funny to white people. But the reason was it didn't appeal necessarily to black people. There's some people say some shit now, and they have some badass jokes for your black ass. And it's like, oh shit, that shit is fucked up, but it's low key funny, but I don't feel comfortable laughing. You feel me? But yeah, but they never could do like I said, it's the struggle type of thing. Most comedians were poor. I ain't really seen no rich comedians that grew up rich and they just funny. Like that shit come from being poor and making jokes out the situation, or being in a fucked up situation and telling jokes to make people happy and whatnot. I think they probably did that from the slavery days of making jokes. Probably when Master turned his back, hey y'all, this how Master be cracking the whip and doing a little funny shit to make the like cheer people up. So it's like we got a history of it. You feel me? So yeah, I think that's that, man. Hey, listen, this been real. I appreciate y'all rocking out with me. The comments done start to drop a little bit. Appreciate it, man. Y'all go ahead, like, subscribe. Catch me tomorrow. Be rocking out with y'all. We'll figure out what we popping it about tomorrow. Y'all take care. Only comedy that held up over the years is Red. Hey, listen. So this you gonna stand at this just a little bit real quick. And good night. But let me just say this real quick about Red. Red is what we call a try hard. You know, he put a lot of work and effort into his craft. Like he's been there since Comic View. You feel me? And I just, like I said, to different people you appeal, but Red got a joke that I never forget. I'd be lying to you if I said I just thought Red was this funny guy or whatever, whatever. But he's been consistent and hard working like a motherfucker. And he got one, I can't say this about every comedian, that he got a joke I'll never forget. He was like, man, you ever got your dick sucked so good, fellas, man? He said, bitch, suck your dick so good. You get off the bed, bitch, you take the whole sheet with you, the whole sheet stuck in your ass. Cause you clenching basically, you feel me? Like you clenching your ass. That shit had me rolling, bro. Like that shit had me dying, bro. And there's so many comedians I left out, bro. You know what I'm saying? But we'll talk about that shit another day. There's too many comedians to put into one night. You feel me? But let's say Chris off the Y. Chris off the Y. Chris off the Y. Oh, I don't know if somebody's saying that's who I look like, but shout out to Chris, bitch. Like one of my favorite characters. This shit starting to pop again, so I might stand it. But yeah, nigga, Chris off the Y. I think right now I am looking like Chris off the Y, bitch. Shout out to Chris off the Y. Got my favorite scene, nigga. When Chris stepped to that nigga daddy, he said, hey, man, he said, you been to the chain gang? Or however he worded it. He was like, yeah. He said, man, you know how that shit be, man. He's like, yeah. Then he just proceeded to beat that nigga face in. And what I liked about the writing, because I'm into just theatrics and writing and all that. Like I've been writing, I've been working on some scripts and just trying to see what people I can get this shit off on. But point is though, I say that to say is the writing how it leaves something implied. You feel me? Like how did this go? That what did he tell him in his ear? You can kind of get what he might have told him by him bringing up prison. You feel me? Um, Somebody say DC old fly. That was nice. I like that. That was dope. Um, Good night. All others age poorly. That's true. Aside from Red, who are some of your all-time favorite comedians? I already listed it. You just gotta go back into the chat and see that. Dusty Old Walnut said, "Hey, Pink Vice, I agree though about the Red. He's good, 100." Dusty Old Walnut said, "Nice." Brandon Dominguez said, "DC Old Fly." That was funny. Um, Turpy Nuts, California said, "Looking like a crackhead out of pop can." This is what I be talking about when we say tried and failed, crashed and burned, bitch. Like, if it's funny, nigga, I'm gonna let you know. Nigga, the DC Old Fly was funny. You feel me? The crackhead out of pop can is, I don't get it, but maybe it's funny to somebody. I mean, if you want to turn it into a roast session, man, I just need you to put your pictures up, and we can really roast this shit up. Pop Can, a Jamaican artist, bro, not Pop Can. I know who Pop Can is, but you said looking like a crackhead out Pop Can. Oh, you said crack. See? Oh, you said cracked out. I'm reading it wrong. My bad. Apologies. Looking like a cracked out Pop Can. Now let me see if that's funny. Huh. That's all I can do is smile for you, brother. Cause if you think about it, what roster don't look cracked out? Nigga, I just seen. I don't even want to diss none of the rosters. I love all my roster music. I Wayne, Richie Spice, Luciano, throwback shit. You feel me? Capleton, Buju Bunton, fucking all them boys. You feel me? Fucking hell. You think about Martin. Martin said in one of he used to roast how Shopper Ranks look like. Nigga, like them niggas be mad, ugly, and black with wild ass dreads. Nigga, like nigga, that's the roster look. So how can I say it? To me, I guess it's hard to say cracked out when that's the whole look of rosters. You can't like that's the whole image. Cause like what you want me to say, fool? It ain't like the New Jamaicans with the fucking the cake soap and the bleach. You know that shit be looking funny as shit. You can see the hue. You can see the tint under these niggas light skin. That's what make niggas look funny when they bleach. Because like nigga, I can see the black trying to break out the bleach, fam. That's like if I wore a black tee under this white tee. That's how niggas be looking when they do that shit. So you must think about them new Jamaican niggas or something shit. You feel me? Where you from? I'm from Lauderdale, bro. If you going to hang up a photo showing feet, at least clip your toenails. See, when it's funny, dog, you can't even deny the shit, bro. You can't, cause you can't even deny. See, I done got on the wrong subject. I done invited the comedians in this bitch, and I'm not even in no. I was talking comedy, bro. I don't have no funny in me right now, fam. I'm sorry, bro. Like, I'm just gonna get roasted, bro. Like, that was funny, fam. That nigga said we go. And then as soon as you said that, it's like my toenails is clipped, but the fact that I can see the shit so defined, it's just like that shit was funny, bro. I like that. I like that. Hey, anyway, man, listen, we done kicked the bobo off of the lid down, man. Y'all been a good crowd, man. Like, subscribe, come roast me tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm coming with it tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm gonna be ready. I'm tired right now. Good night.